जरा बटन में वो वाला स्टार्ट स्ट्रीमिंग। Welcome everyone to our first semi-final of the day, which is between Team JTF, who had a very dominant performance over Team Mystics in our quarterfinal, and then yesterday's victors, Team Titan, who had a dominant victory 2-0 over Meme Team last night. Today's semi-final is going to be an interesting one. Two good teams are going to fight for a spot in the final. Let's take a look at the team JTF, or JTF clan as it's better known. We have JTF Illinium Mansoor Khan, then we have Ford Hashim Abbas Astrov, the carrier of JTF clan, Umar Ali Rana, Boom Haq Nawaz, and Jack Hammer Ibrahim Ahmad. The second roster of the day is Team Titan, who were yesterday's victors as well, which is one of their first member is Ghosty Waleed Farouk, the second one is Maju Muaz Ahmad, then Movo Abdul Muiz Chaudhry, Topakchu, who is Umar Saeed, and then Darrier Kinaid, or as he's known as Shaks by now, Shazil Roshan actually, I'm sorry, Shazil Roshan. So our map bans have already been decided. Let's take a look at the map bans for now. So Team JTF clan banned out Clubhouse, Consulate, and then Team Titans banned out Bank and Oregon. So we were left with three maps, that is Border, Coastline, and Villa. So Team JTF had to choose their first map, and they chose Coastline, on which Team Titans chose to defend first. And then our second map will be Villa, which was chosen by Team Titans. I should remind you right now that Team Titans had a very dominant performance on Villa last night against Meme Team. They got the victory over Meme Team on Villa, I think about on 7-2, round count was 7-2 at the end. And then the third and final map would be Border, on which Meme Team Team Titan would be attacking if we are to go to the third map. We are just setting up into the lobby. We'll be shortly starting the game. We are just waiting for our main caster Ahmed Irfan. Let's hope we start the game soon. Stay tuned. Welcome back everyone as we get into the ban phase for our first semi-final between Team JTF or JTF Clan and Team Titans. So our first ban on coastline will be Thermite coming out from Team Titans. Let's have a look what our second ban would be from JTF Clan. I don't think any of the mentioned teams have played coastline in this tournament before this match. This would be a first one for both of them. So both hard breachers are gone. This would be an interesting show. Let's see how each team plays around the lack of hard breachers. We do have the Maverick, but he's not going to be able to open a hole as big as Thermites or Hibanas. So our third ban coming out from JTF Clan would be Echo, a pretty common ban on coastline, because it can be very annoying when you're going for the plant in the last 20 or 15 seconds and you get concussed by the Echo drone again and again. Keeping in mind the plant duration in these settings is 7 seconds, which is okay. So Titans banning out Pulse, that is pretty odd to see, because Movo on Team Titans is a pretty good Pulse player. So them banning out Pulse themselves is pretty strange. We do still have the Valkyrie in play, so let's see how that will play out. Pardon with me as I set my settings. So our first attack lineup would be Jackal, Twitch, Ying, Ash, and a Maverick 6-pick 2 from the Zofia. The only hard breacher remaining since Thermite and Hibana are banned. This would be interesting to see. They are bringing in Ying on attack, so that could play out for them. They could be in their favor. So the first site being defended by Team Titans would be Kitchen. Defender lineup right now is the Mira, the Rook, the two Echoes on the Rook and the Dog, and we have the GSG9 brothers, Bandit and the Jaeger. Two same CTUs and then one more different CTU. Mira is gonna set up probably gonna set a Mira on this wall right here. Let's see if she puts her second Mira. Right now there's no hold upstairs by the defenders. See we'll decide later in the round. So we have one spawn on the ruins by the Maverick, and the rest of the attackers are spawning towards the main entrance. 4 of them spawning towards the main entrance. Only the lone hard breach is spawning towards the ruins. Is this a spawn peak coming in? No, it's not a spawn peak. So Bandit's playing inside Sunrise Bar. He might be looking for a run out. So now we have Shaz's room upstairs, the Jaeger. He has already dumped all his utilities, so it wouldn't be such a great loss for the attackers, for the defenders, if they lose the Jaeger. We see Maverick making his way into Blue Bar. He will shortly meet the Bandit, who's also okay. No, never mind. He has moved into pool entrance right now. He's looking for a small angle up towards the kitchen window. He might find someone if there's someone playing outside the kitchen window. You can see there's no one right now. The Maverick is droning himself into the garden. He sees the wall open towards the kitchen. Ash is droning herself for the upstairs. She's probably going to open up holes from upstairs. Meanwhile, Jackal is checking for anyone peeking through the bomb. This can be a headshot. Or maybe not. So the Dog does have an ADS with him to support. He just sees the Ying, but he will not land more than one shot. I think he did land one shot. He did hit the Ying on the shoulder. Meanwhile, the The Maverick gets a kill on the bandit and he's immediately refragged by Ghosty onto the Twitch, probably outside the main entrance. Momo gets a C4 kill onto Batman, and then Topuk Chu also gets another kill onto GTF 4. It's all up to the Jackal and the Maestro. The Maverick actually. The Jackal is the only one remaining. He will be seen by the dog and he'll be killed by the dog. Ghosty getting a 2 frag in this round, and then 2 of the other team members also getting their frags. It is very nice to see the team coordination by Team Titan. So the dog was playing in main lobby and he did barricade the door towards the CCTV room. And then he also had the ADS on the main entrance, which saved him from the Ying's Candelas. That's pretty good to see the teamwork coming out from Team Titans. They're looking like a pretty good team right now, as they played in the same coordination yesterday against Meme Team and had a pretty dominant performance over Meme Team, a 2-0 in fact. Now Team Titan will be going for another defense on Blue and Sunrise Bar, the double bar defense. They're bringing out the Castle, the Maestro and the Mira. So they are not going to go to Penthouse despite Mira not being banned. It's interesting to see. Meanwhile, a Blitz coming out from JTF. I've never seen a Blitz come out so early in the game. Usually you bring out the Blitz when you're losing a lot of rounds and the team gets frustrated or something. This might be something related to the strat. So let's see how this works out for Team JTF. We have, I think, 3 sets of barbed wires. Each player having 2, so a total of 6. Let's see what Castle is doing for this Castle. He's casting off kitchen entrance. Considering we do have 2 soft breaches, 2 potential soft breaches on the attacking team, so the Castle should not be that big of a deal for the attack to handle. We do also have a Twitch drone. She still has both her drones, so she might be able to get the Miras. Once again, 4 of the attackers spawning towards the main entrance, and then Ash is a lone spawner towards east, the ruined side, southwest entrance, or southwest spawn rather. So we do see the Jackal going up, so it's looking like a clear from top down. Jackal will open up the hatch near Penthouse actually. Above the bathroom, the Blitz will just immediately drop. He's going to face check himself. Not gonna wait for the drone, or he may be waiting for the drone of Jackal. Meanwhile, Mira is still setting up. He has put 1 Mira window inside Sunrise Bar facing towards Blue. Might have opened the wall towards Blue. No, she has actually not opened the wall. The wall right here, which you see smoke standing by. Some defenders usually open it so they can fight the attackers on the other side, Blue Bar. But we do see this wall being open. This can be very good for the defenders in the last 30-20 seconds. So the attack is pretty much not looking good so far, because they've lost about 1 minute and 20 seconds and not made any significant progress. The Blitz is still droning for himself. Meanwhile, the Zofia is looking to get into Sunrise Bar with the Twitch. Jackal is looking to clear any rumors upstairs. He might be start opening up upstairs. He might find the Maestro. The Maestro will not move. The Maestro feels safe right now. The Maestro might get a nice headshot onto the Twitch if she tries to peek wide enough. She's still... Maestro just sees the Twitch, he will miss his shot. He'll try again, but he will miss yet again. He'll try once more, and he'll miss once again. He'll try a 3rd time, he still misses. Meanwhile, the Zofia concusses the Maestro. She might decide to push in, but the Mira will peek wide and she will get the head of Zofia. Meanwhile, JTF Ford has... JTF Ford, the Blitz of JTF will get 2 kills on the Maju and Ghosty. Lit up the 3rd person as well. Meanwhile, the Ash is very lit up inside Sunrise Bar. The Jackal gets another kill. It's a 4v2. It's now 3v2 as the Maestro refrags onto Messiah of JTF. The Zofia has come in. The Zofia will be seen by the rather the Ash will be seen by the Maestro. Now it's a 2v1 from a 2v4 in favor of Team Titans. A good hold by the Mira and the Maestro despite their other friends dying here and there. Blitz has no chance. He does not have the diffuser. He has no way to get into sight. It's no bueno right now. That's another round for Team Titans. Pardon with me as I was doing some setup on the other PC. So now we'll be going for a penthouse, finally a penthouse theater defense coming out from Team Titan. They will be 6-picking onto the Mira, so this might not have been seen by the attackers. I think they also got a 6-pick onto the Blitz. Might be wrong. So let's see what kind of setup do they have in mind for penthouse. Still just keeping in mind there are no defenders right now. I try to get my other full cluster with me onto the call. Ahmed, you have to come to Discord. The Jackal has already made his way to the kitchen. Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I'm back. And now we are actually heading into the third round. JTF Astrov on that Jackal, moving into kitchen. A lot of fast clear coming up. It's not even a minute into the round. Meanwhile, Blitz of JTF forward, which did a lot of work last time around, was unable to help his team out much later on.
He's spot out of Valkyrie camp. He will take down the Valkyrie camp. So one Valkyrie camp is down.
That's some utility gone off the board for the defenders, as Ghosty just sitting here on 90 hallway, waiting to see if the Blitz will push or not. The Maestro.
Just to remind you, Ahmed, I think you missed the ban phase, but in this matchup, both hard breaches are banned. Thermite and Hibana are banned.
Wow, okay, that's fair enough. I mean, that is why you don't see a VIP take by the defenders coming in and the Blitz actually pushing into White Stairs and the Montagne pushing into Hall of Fame. The double shields definitely pushing the defenders and making them uncomfortable, as one of the possible 3 remote gas grenades have been utilized by the smoke.
He will down the Mira. The Jackal might not know about it, but he has downed the Mira.
He will spot the feet, but will not manage to finish the kill onto Movo on that Mira. As now we can see, he will actually get shot down by the Legion. The Mira is still recoverable, and if the Blitz isn't looking, she will easily reset back to half health. Meanwhile, Ash has pushed all the way into bathroom. He will get lit up and downed. I don't think the Smoke realizes that he has actually downed the Ash inside bathroom. He will push in, try to see if he can confirm the kill. He cannot, but he will actually be smacked into the next world. The Monty is down, but the Blitz once again doing a lot of work, and it's all down to the Legion in a 1v3 against possibly 2 shields. He will down 1, and it's all down to the Blitz and the Montagne, who will get revived by his fellow shieldsman. So 2 shields putting onto a Legion. Actually, no. The Twitch and the Montagne pushing onto the Legion. Not looking so good for him, and a beautiful shot by the Twitch onto the Legion all the way back into theater, and that's the first round for JTF on this penthouse defense.
Is the orientation right now?
Yeah.
Can you see the whole screen?
Yep, everything is fine.
Okay, good. So I think Abdul Muqsit might also be joining us shortly, as he wanted to co-cast with you today.
Okay, fair enough. Kitchen service now finally being defended by Team Titans. Shax on that Jaeger, who did so much work yesterday. Topak Chu on the Maestro. The Maestro being very important. The double ACOG alongside the dog. Very influential guns. I'll see. No, I cannot, unfortunately.
Okay, no problem. So once again, another double shield setup. So technically Blackbeard is still a shield. So another double shield attack coming out from the attackers. Since the major hard breaches, the Thermite and the Hibana are banned, so they are looking to push the brute force their way into
this side.
Yeah, that's why they're bringing 2 shields.
Yeah, but I would concur. I would say that Kitchen is a site where you don't really need a hard breacher per se. You could definitely open up some walls from the wall from the long hallway into the wall from long hallway into the kitchen, maybe, but that's about it. There's not a lot of hard breaching that is required onto kitchen to attack it successfully. If the attackers manage to push their way into VIP, the Jackal can do the same bug style offense that he can use his secondary ITA shotgun to poke holes in the floor and possibly cut rotations, as a lot of rotations can be held from upstairs. One of the defenders hanging just by the main door. That is Ghosty on the dog. He'll just looking to see if someone stays too close to this main doorway, realizing that it's now opened up. Elenium on that Ash, just making sure all the ADSs are cleared up, just flashing anyone in. And cleaning the
They're just gonna go for a plant?
Possibly, I don't know. They might be looking for a plant behind the Monty. A very quick plant strategy coming out. The Monty might be able to use his smoke to cut off any possible rotations, but the Maestro cameras will come in handy in that sense, where they'll be able to see through that smoke the Monty will be laying down. Ghosty on a very long angle from...
What a shot!
An amazing shot by the dog, but quickly refragged, and now a 4v4 with the Maestro gone. So all those Maestro cams that were set up will be stationary now. They will not be able to deny the plant, but they'll be only to see through the smoke, as the dog will now be pushed by the Monty. Monty deciding to go for the kills. He will ADS. He will down the dog. Yeah, he will be in the battle with the dog. The dog will be able to heal himself up. He still has a couple of shots left. He will be continued to be bullied by the Monty, but no, he will down the Ash. The Ash is down all the way back on the kitchen service entrance, and it's all down to the Blackbeard, the second shield, full health, with still a minute left on the clock. The diffuser all the way on the other side. An amazing defense coming out once again. Let's see what JTF Ford can do, as he's getting pushed from the foyer of the Sunrise Bar. He will continue to peek this window. He will land a lot of shots on the bandit, and the bandit is down. The dog of Ghosty still overhealed, and Movo just hanging back here behind his mirror rather than in front of it. JTF4 will move in. He will realize that the mirror is somewhere near the door. She will miss the C4. A lot of damage done to the Blackbeard. She will move all the way back. They might realize that the Blackbeard might not have the diffuser. The ping's going down, and an amazing shot, amazing coordination coming in by Team Titans, realizing when to push, and Movo possibly getting a lot of calls from the Maestro camps that was set up early on in the round. Despite the fact that Maestro was down, his utility lives on. And
Yeah,
round 4 goes to...
Maestro was the first defender to go down, but his utility was still useful.
Very important.
Yeah.
Yes. As they now go on to round number 5, the defenders now forced to move to blue bar, Sunrise bar once again. Their previous defense here was very shaky, but they were able to salvage the round once again. The castle being brought out. It'll be interesting to see where he decides to use his castle barricades. Will he use it on site? Will he use it around the site? Or will he use it above the site to possibly hold down hookah or billiards? Because they're very influential positions for the attackers to really bully any defenders who are in safe anchor positions. The Legion being 6th pick onto by Shax.
From the smoke.
From the smoke.
So
What do you think?
Yeah, last time, as you discussed about the castle, so last time he did use all 3 of his castles, if I remember correctly, downstairs to have some cover for the defenders to move inside. So he did use
and
one of
the
his
castle barricades on where?
He did use one of the castles at the kitchen door, as you can see him putting down one again, just to cover anyone playing inside Sunrise Bar. And he did use the other one just by the door right here leading into Sunrise Bar. So the attackers have to use some utility to get rid of this castle.
As long as all the that's fair enough. I mean, he's making the attackers waste all the utility that they have. The Ash probably will be tasked with destroying the castle barricades, but he only has 2
We also
Ash
see
charges.
a nice mute charge, mute jammer plays by the castle. This could also block any drones coming from beneath the castle barricade.
So a lot of utility being used inside rather than around the site, and the mute jammers will allow for a lot of safety from drones as the Buck is now repelling onto hookah window. We see this a lot. He's now upside down, and he effectively right now he has the entirety of the bar area, which is very crucial position for the defenders to have, but it's negated completely. This was where the Maestro played last time around as well. The pillar giving him some cover, but no, very less amount of cover. He'll be looking to grenade down possibly. No ADSs to catch the grenades.
He almost got the Maestro if the Maestro had not moved. The Maestro somehow heard the Buck pulling out the pin from the
That's very good game sense as the Maverick once again getting the first kill onto the Legion. So that's a lot of utility being lost as JTF4 brought down to a very little health, but the damage has already been done. The Maestro being lost once again, but a C4 kill by Movo, an amazing kill onto the Ash. So not flat fragging power being lost, now down to a 3v3 once again. An amazing recovery by the defenders as Ghosty is brought down to very little health. The Buck might be able to find Ghosty, but no, Movo gets another kill onto the Blitz, who was already very lit up, and the high power rate of fire gun of Mira was able to shred through the Blitz. Mute just hanging outside the kitchen hallway, making sure the Blitz, the Blackbeard, is not safe in pressuring the site. Astro will continue to peek from upstairs. Now the Guma is coming into effect once again. His position will be given away, and pings coming out from the defender cameras. is not looking good. The Mute will look to peek and an amazing headshot onto the Buck. It's all down to the Blackbeard of Messiah once again. He still has all of his breach charges, both of his rifle shields as well. Maju has his C4 Prime waiting for the call from his teammates. One of the shields lost. This is not looking good. With only 20 seconds left, he does not even have the diffuser, I think, and the second shield also on very low health. Pings going on from the Maestro cams and a cleanup by Movo on the Mira. An amazing comeback, as they did lose a lot of manpower early on in the round, but they were able to hold down the site, bunker down, and make sure anyone who decided to move into site was destroyed. A really good defense, I have to say.
I just wanted to point it out for you. Mo has been playing exceptionally well on the Mira right now. We saw him. I think I saw him throw 4 C4s, out of which he only missed one inside kitchen on the BB. But other than that, he did get 3 kills out of his 4 C4s. He's been landing C4s accurately right now. He's doing an exceptional job with those C4s.
Yeah, great utility usage coming out by Movo, the game sense, the experience coming out, and I think JTF might be asking for a rehost. Astrov and Ford might be looking for a rehost, as the Blitz and Blackbeard were being brought out, and the 6 pick from the Alibi to the Bandit. The Alibi is a very and unfortunately, we'll now be going for a quick rehost. We'll see you soon, and we'll be right back. And welcome back after the rehost. This has to be one of the fastest rehosts we have done in this entire tournament.
Yeah,
Um,
we are proud of it.
we are very proud of it actually. And once again, the blitz being brought out by JTF Ford. He's been really efficient on that blitz, but unfortunately, his teammates are unable to capitalize on the advantages that the blitz brings, and now a sixth pick onto a jackal. Jackal definitely a very influential operator in this map, as he was introduced alongside this map, so it definitely makes sense. And the Mo Mira as well being the Velvet Shell operator that was introduced alongside this map Coastline. So both Spanish operators being brought out on the Spanish map of Coastline. It's definitely interesting to see. Astrov on that Jackal has been very crucial for the attackers, but unfortunately he has not been able to use a lot of his utility effectively, as pings do come out, but the attackers are unable to capitalize on those pings and effectively pinch the roam defenders or the anchoring defenders as well. Only one attacking round being won so far. Coastline usually is a defender-sided map, so not too big of a deal. The the attackers losing a lot of their drones once again. Poor drone economy coming out, as Mira is actually poking holes on the floor. Legion bringing a deployable shield has to be one of the most peculiar sights I've seen in the last couple of days. He's
This
usually
is
been
actually
the only
part of this strat, so this Legion will be playing behind this Mira. So he will deny anyone entry from the aquarium into the site, which they are also holding strongly with the barbed wires and everything. So the Legion will get some sufficient cover from this window by the shield. So this is a good shield if you think about it.
Yeah, definitely part of the strat
But
as
this
the
wall to the left of Legion not being reinforced to the 90 hallway could be damaging for the defense. This could be a loophole in this defense.
Yeah, if the attackers are able to
They do
drone
have
it
the
out
ash,
and
yeah.
realize,
They also do have
yeah.
the ash, so the ash can easily open that wall. Strong safety. Once again we see the blitz coming out. He's face checking, face droning actually.
No, I think the Ash or the Maverick was the one who's actually droning in front of him. So good
Yeah, but
droning
he's
coming out by
also
the.
very quick in getting inside the building, since he
Yeah,
has a
so-
shield in front of his face. He had been getting some kills with the blitz. Unfortunately, we don't see the scorecard after the rehost. Nice frag from the Ash onto the Mira of Mo, who had been playing exceptionally well for his team.
Fortunately, not a lot of utility coming out by the Mira, as her C4 was also still not used. So that's a lot of utility being lost by the defenders, as the Blitz will now look to push up to the wide staircase. So they're looking to see if there's any horizontal road. The ping's coming out. The Jackal, the Bandit running to safety. The Bandit has been lit up by the Blitz, but unfortunately not enough damage to damage the defenders, as he's now back in safety and is being healed up. Maverick just landing a few shots and a nice headshot onto the dock of Maju, and this is not looking good for the defenders now. JTF forward all the way into VIP. He's looking all the way into sight. Bandit and Legion stuck inside. Meanwhile, the Jaeger of Ghosty just outside, waiting to see if the attackers will push. This looks to be a Hookah Billions push. The Bandit might not realize, but he's being pushed from behind as well, as the smokes will come out soon. Yep, there we go, the smokes. He'll just push through the smoke. He goes into the smoke and goes out of the smoke. The smoke will start to dissipate. He will land a lot of shots. He will get damaged a lot, and he will be brought down. It's all down to the Jaeger of Ghosty in a 1v5 clutch situation. This is not looking good. A couple of lit attackers, but no, he will not be able to make it. And
The team is coming out from JTF.
an amazing team coordination coming out by JTF. A team ace, not something you see a lot every day after the Yuri host. They are definitely getting into their groove, winning the first round after the defense, but the final round of the half. So JTF will now be going on to the defense now. So it'll be interesting to see what they've learned from the defenses of Team Titans and what they'll be doing themselves. Ghosty going to the Ying, just teasing the Ying, maybe possibly six picking off the Ying to the IQ, and the Valkyrie being brought on. So perfect counter operator for that Valkyrie will be the IQ. But no, the
He might
Legion
six
being
pick
brought as
onto
well.
the
Valkyrie, yeah, but the IQ
Division.
is being brought. He might decide not to bring the
Yeah,
Valkyrie because the
maybe.
IQ is being brought out. He will be six picking onto the Ying, and if the Legion six picks on off to the Valkyrie, so it'll be interesting to see. But no,
Oh, he's
both
alive.
both operators
So the
being
trick
brought
from the
out.
attackers worked out in their favor then.
Yeah, the attack is definitely working out the six pick in their favor. The Valkyrie not being brought out could be possibly damaging, as there is no Maestro being played in the defender side as well. So not a lot of utility operators being brought out. Obviously, the Echo is banned, who is very useful on the side, but a Maestro could be very useful as well. And as we saw in the last defensive in the last half, how his cameras, even though the Maestro himself was dead, were very useful later on. Vigil now looking for a deep roam inside hookah. He will go for a spawn peek onto poolside, a very risky spawn peek, one we see usually working out in the favor of the defenders, but he will now rotate onto billiards. He's using his utility fairly good enough, because it's difficult to get a ping on him while his ERC is active, but his position is definitely given away. The attackers will realize that if they're droning, they will realize that the Vigil is playing off-site, and he will be somewhere near the luggage and aquarium area. Meanwhile, the Sophia is now rappelling up onto VIP. This looks to be a very simple VIP take, but there are no hard breaches on the attack. That'll be interesting to see how VIP control will be utilized by the attackers, because there are no hard breaches um, except for the Maverick, who is not being brought. So no hard breachers at all in the side of the attackers. This is not looking good at all. Let's see how they decide to um, use this. The Thatcher still um, Thatcher grenading this wall, despite the fact there is no hard breacher to actually open it up. Jaeger of Astrov just hanging inside Penthouse, a very risky position, but there's no one actually repelling on the double window, because if they were, like, this could have been a very easy kill. Zofia actually repelling in, she'll break open the window, and Astra will quickly drop down. So a perfect bait and switch. Someone will push off from the bathroom, and that will be the Jackal of Maju getting a very influential kill onto the Jaeger. Not a lot of utility loss, but definitely a man advantage in the favor of the attackers, as Jackhammer will be lit up inside Billy as his position is given away because of the pre-fires, and now he'll be rotating onto luggage. Let's see if the attackers are able to catch him on this defense, as the diffuser has been planted in the cover of the Yings. The Ying Candela is coming in clutch, as Batman on this mirror is unfortunate and unable to do any damage. His C4 probably missing as well, as it has been used. The Bliss running a rampage, repositioning himself for the post launch, but no, the mirror is unable to push in. The Ying still inside the Hall of Fame, and the Vigil is brought down by the attackers as well, and it's all down to this dog and very low HP. He can heal himself up. He gets one kill. It's down to a 3v1. The Thatcher, Zofia, and the Jing still on the board, but unfortunately he's unable to make it work, and he gets the final kill. The Ying, a perfect Ying play. Actually, no, that's the Thatcher. Um, Amazing gunplay, amazing game sense to know where
That's
to
the
peek.
Ying. Last kill cam?
Yeah.
That was the Ying, yeah.
So yeah, the Ying using her utility to perfection, perfect positioning, post plan to make sure the defenders are unable to retake the site, and really good attack as you go on to match point for Team Titans. This is not looking good for JTF at all, as Teen Titans look to possibly close this map out quickly as the Blitz is being brought out once again alongside the Ying. The Blitz Ying duo definitely being the star of the map so far. And let's see how they make this work as the Rook and Dog combo by Linium and Jackhammer. You usually see that when the defenders are frustrated, but the Valkyrie being brought on, so some utility being brought out as well. They'll be the positioning of the Valkyrie cameras will be crucial because no IQ on the board for the attackers, and
Once again, they're going to defend penthouse station.
yeah, I would advise against this because last time it was a very poor defense and a very smart attack by the attackers, despite the fact they had no hard breacher to open up the VIP wall and establish a crossfire for the planter. The defuse plant actually went down next to the double window. The planter was able to rush out to safety. Let's see how they switch up their defenses again. The hatch being opened up inside penthouse was very crucial for the Jaeger, but unfortunately he tried to run from one attacker. Meanwhile, he dropped into the arms of the other attacker who was inside bathroom, looking for any footsteps, as there are some main gate spawns and some poolside spawns looking for that spawn peak, but unfortunately there are no defenders going for that spawn peak, so the attackers will be safely moving towards the building, and the claymores going down. The Blitz will be it'll be interesting to see if the Blitz will drop down from the bathroom hatch because he is rappelling up. The hatch now being opened up by the Zofia. I think they're just gonna go for a bathroom drop take. If the Blitz decides to drop, he will effectively take control of the bathroom, but he will have to be wary of any C4s coming down by the attackers as the Thatcher is on the VIP balconies, opening up windows, making the defenders are uncomfortable in any position they are. The Rook just behind the bedroom of penthouse being droned out, so they know someone is playing that long angle with the ACOG of Rook. Definitely not something they want to do. Meanwhile, the Mira being shot down by the Valkyrie actually being shot down by the Zofia of Movo. Movo doing exceptional work for his team. That's a C4 and a lot of utility being lost by the defenders. If she goes on to the main lobby area, she will be able to get the Mira from underneath the floor as well, but no, she will rappel up and she will be taken down by the Rook of Elenium. Jackhammer. The Dock of Jackhammer, actually, they both have the same gun, so it's difficult to see. But a quick flurry of kills as the Jackal of Maju pushes all the way into side. He will be unable to land a lot of shots. He will be downed inside theater, but he will be able to get the kill. And it's all down to the Jaeger of it's all down to the Jaeger of Batman once again, not looking good. Meanwhile, the plant going down. Shaxx going for the plant. This is not looking good for the defenders at all, as it looks to be a 6-2. The attack is looking to go for a match point right now. The pink's coming out, but the Jackal has now reset. It's down to a 3v1 with a Blitz on the board. The shield just taunting Jaeger. His position is given away as this pre-fire AD hipfire shots coming out by the Blitz. Jaeger pulling out his pistol, making sure the German versus German pistol war, but no, the shield will win that round as he's smacked into infinity as Blitz making sure that his utility is put to work, blinding Jaeger and just smacking him into oblivion. So match point for Team Titans. As now we go on to round number 9. Finally, JTF deciding to move away from that penthouse defense, which is not working out for them at all. They will be looking to defend kitchen, and the frost being brought out. That'll be very interesting because even if they sixth pick off of it, if she's revealed to the attackers will be very wary of her traps and checking every window that they see, every window that they vault into. They will be checking it. it'll be very difficult for the Blitz to actually just vault into kitchen without the Frost traps being shot out from underneath him. But Batman actually going for the sixth pick onto the Caveira. Now that could be the X factor for the
Defenders.
defenders now, as the Caveira, if not droned out, is very difficult to take care of. If your attackers are very spread out, it's very easy for the Caveira to zone out a singular attacker, possibly go for an interrogation and put the entire attacking side on full surveillance for the defenders to see. And
so finally the defenders have decided to opt out of penthouse and give the kitchen a try.
yeah, which could possibly be their last defense.
Yeah,
you know,
because they are
by
on
the
match
looks
point
of it.
right now. So it might be too late, but there's still potential for a comeback.
Yeah, obviously there will always be potential for a comeback, as nothing is too far off.
We also see the Frost. First time we're seeing her in this matchup.
Yeah, her traps could be very useful for the defenders, because it'll make the attackers it'll force the attackers to actually look down the windows they vault into, making sure they don't actually get caught up by the Frost charges. Obviously, in the Pro League settings we have in this game, the Frost will not know if she's actually injured someone, so she will have to rely on her sound to make sure that she has to give her intel on if the attacker has been injured by a Frost trap or not. They do make a lot of noise, but the noise is not propagated through the rooms a lot, as the Blackbeard will just lay down some fire into kitchen, make any defenders inside comfortable, uncomfortable. Meanwhile, the Jackal moving all the way into blue bar, so that's very efficient entry by the attackers. I really like how they played this, but no, Caveira and Jaeger hanging upstairs could possibly be the X factor. A decent roam coming out by the defenders, realizing that the Caveira will be very easy for the attackers to pinpoint and corner, especially with that Jackal on the board. So the Jaeger actually in
The Jackal
position
and the
to
Valkyrie are
refrag.
just next to each other. You might not see each other. The Valkyrie did spot the Jackal now.
The Jackal was actually just crouch walking right past the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie is lit up a lot, possibly down to about 10 health, but the damage has been done. The smokes of Jackal have been lost, and this is not looking good. But there's been a refrag actually coming out to the Caveira of Batman, and it's down to a 4v2 now, with only the Blackbeard and the Thatcher being left, and the Ying being like, so it's a 3v. Is it?
Only the Blackbeard and the Valkyrie are left.
So yeah, it's 2v4, and no, actually a 4v1, as JTF is saying that we will not go quietly into the night, as it's only the Thatcher on very low health, and he will be finished off by the flanking Jaeger and Jackhammer, making sure that the JTF clan is still in this matchup and it's still not out yet, as we go on to round number 10 of the second half of Coastline. Now the defenders going on to a hookah billiards room defense, not opting for the penthouse, which was very difficult for them to actually hold down and easy for the attackers to get rid of. The blitz now finally not being picked. The attackers realizing that the blitz is actually not very useful, where you could just have an operator with a better gun and a different utility, as this smokes on Jackal could possibly cover for the fact of the smokes on Blitz. So they could go for a smoke plant in hookah or billiards if they want to. But a 6th pick from the Legion to the Frost. Astrov going for their Frost once again, but now the Frost has been 6th picked. So if the attackers do not drone out the traps under the windows, and the Frost is actually not spotted, she could easily find someone trapped inside in her bear traps if she places them well enough. and positions for the defenders to actually confirm the kill as well. Possibly you will have one near the double window, one outside the, one inside the hookah window as well. As Jackhammer on that Jaeger once again, his utility is definitely very helpful. He's actually, yeah, there we go, putting just one just next to the one onto the couch, and the Valkyrie though, her camera is very important in this round because they're the only utility being cameras being brought out next, apart from the Maestro cameras. So he'll probably be going for cameras outside the site, around the site, and possibly outside the building as well. Possibly throwing some out as the Jackal will open up the hatch, and we will be going into the penthouse area. Zafia making sure the claymores are set, and she is covered from any jump outs. Ash still running away around upstairs, but no, actually Jackhammer getting the first kill on the Jaeger, from the Jaeger onto the Jackal. A very influential kill. Jackal losing the smokes. The roamers are now a bit more comfortable on their own, as the Jackal will be off the board. Sofia now once again hanging around on the roof, looking to see if the Jaeger will veer too far away into the courtyard. Twitch just cleaning up the default map there. He'll be pushing into VIP. A very aggressive take into VIP, as the Jaeger is also very close by. She will be accompanied by the Thatcher, so a lot of coverage coming out. The Claymore being set as well. So VIP effectively in the hands of the attackers. Doc was lit up, and he'll be able to heal himself back to full health. The Jaeger hanging all the way down next to White Stairs though is in a very prime flanking position, because if he moves into the bathroom and the penthouse area, he will be getting a sweet flank onto the Twitch in Thatcher inside VIP. Meanwhile, a lot of time being wasted outside as the Ash is now dropping into VIP hookah balcony. Still some good droning going on by the attackers. The Maestro hanging out, and a refrag, a very late refrag coming out by the Thatcher. So it's down to a 4v4. Ash all the way into sight now, but a beautiful C4 coming out by JTF forward from out under, and she will open the window, and another kill, so a triple kill by the Valkyrie. Very influential kill, as now the diffuser is down inside hookah as well. Amazing game sense and amazing coordination coming out by the defenders, realizing, relaying the information when the attackers decide to push in. The Ash having a lot of not having a lot of info and not having cleared from downstairs. The Valkyrie was able to C4 in. The Thatcher all alone inside Aquarium will be shut down by the Frost of Astrov. Astrov showing the fact that he can land his shots regardless of the gun and regardless of the operator, and JTF not deciding to go in so easily. It's now down to a 6-4. We could be looking for a comeback, but now finally they will be forced to go back to Penthouse Theater. They could opt to go for a blue bar, but no, they are going back to Penthouse. I would advise against it, as
if they've already failed 2 times on Penthouse.
Maybe third time's the charm, and
Yeah.
and they're actually able to salvage Penthouse, because if they are, it could be a 6-5, and they could actually go back down to Kitchen, which was a very good defense on their behalf. The defender lining now shaking up, the mute being brought out in favor of the Maestro, which is very interesting to see. Shax once again going for that blitz, not letting that blitz go so easily, reading into the fact that there is another Penthouse Theater take. No heartbeat is available, so they have to take into bathroom from VIP, and possibly take the right hallway, which is very easy to take with a shield in your hand, because the defenders are unable to actually stop you from pushing in. If they get lucky, or the headshot through the shield because of the bugs. That is a very different case, but let's see how Blitz decides to play this. It could possibly be, once again, the final round of this map.
The 2 times that JTF went to Penthouse, they did bring out the Mira. This time they decided not to. They might be looking for a deep roam onto hookah and aquarium, maybe billiards.
Possibly, yeah, as the Frost being brought out once again by Astrov. His utility has not seen a lot of effectiveness so far, as a lot of 3 attackers spawning on full side, a very risky spawn. Just 4 actually, yeah, and now 4 attackers on the north side of the building looking to push into VIP possibly. This looks like a very hard VIP take, as now the diffuser is being taken to the roof. Blitz actually coming down to the VIP area as well. The Ying now repelling up as well into the VIP balcony. The Claymore's going down by the Thatcher. Blitz now coming into the VIP balcony as well. This is not looking good for the attackers. And from the roof, finally the roof play coming from the Jackal bearing fruit, as the Jaeger of Jackhammer being lost so early. A lot of flanking potential, a lot of roam being cut out amazingly. So good drone sets, good droning coming in from the attackers, a good information being relayed, but the poor positioning from the Jaeger as well, as the Ying will find someone playing inside VIP. She will not be landing any shots though. Doc is still on full health, but he can easily heal himself up if any shots hit on the body. Obviously none on the headshot. He will decide to rotate back to my hallway, but another defender being lost, this time the Mute. So that's the SMG-11 and possibly a C4 being off the board. This is not looking good for the defenders so far. He will not be able to find any footsteps, but what an amazing shot by the dog of JTF Millennium, and a quick flurry of kills as their team kill from the attackers. No, you do not want to see that, as it's now down to a 2v2, but the Ash charger. The knife kill by the Valkyrie of JTF Forward, realizing the Zofia had not known that she's playing inside bathroom, but it's now down to 1v1 between Astrov on that Frost and the Thatcher of Topakchu. Can he possibly clutch this round out? Astrov has a very long angle.
The diffuser is dropped by the double window.
So it's in a very precarious position. Astrov's position is probably not given away. He will land an amazing shot through the walls, wall banging the Thatcher. Amazing call outs, amazing coordination coming out by JTF, and we will be seeing a 12th round. Could this be the first overtime of the day? First map going into overtime. JTF clan not ready to go too silently into the night.
This could go into overtime.
This could possibly be going into overtime, as now they're only 1 round away. They finally, the 3rd time was the charm on Penthouse, as they were able to defend it once again. It took them 3 tries, but they finally were able to salvage Kitchen, despite the fact that they lost Jackhammer so early on in the round. They were able to salvage the round.
Yeah, also they did lose the Jackhammer earlier, but then so the 3 actually, I think team killed onto Shax.
Oh, the blitz of Shax. So definitely not something you want to see, as he will be now switching away from the blitz and onto the sledge, deciding not to bring the Maverick. Interesting choice. A Maverick, not a very influential operator on Kitchen, regardless.
Once again, the 6th pick off of the Legion to the Frost. I have not seen anyone get caught in the Frost trap till now. The Frost is definitely not working out in their favor, but they still also bring the Frost.
I think they just, Astrov just wants to play the gun of Frost, which has very little recoil and a lot of damage, and the extended barrel on it allows for a lot less damage drop off. If you could just see the scoreboard, Yeah, as you can see, the Valkyrie of JTF Forwards top fragging, and closely followed by Jackhammer, and on the other team Shax on the sledge now, really carrying his team so far. But a very even scoreboard on both sides, as Shax will now be spawning near the pole side. Just wary of any spawn things coming out from that hookah window. None so far, so he'll be able to easily move all the way into ruins. Let's see how they decide to use the sledge, because if the sledge is able to move into VIP, take control of VIP, it'll deem very bad news for the attackers, for the defenders, as now the Jaeger of Jackhammer has fallen all the way into penthouse. Just above site, looking to hold the penthouse VIP area for as long as possible, as
The Valkyrie is
um,
just droning inside the garden.
okay, fair enough. The Valkyrie inside garden, if not droned out, could be a very big thorn on the side of the attackers, because the flank positions he can get to from that area are massive. But Jackal just tunnel visioning into the kitchen door, possibly holding any rotations into and out of the site. As Topakchu on that Thatcher moving swiftly into pink bar. So this looks like a pink bar take onto the kitchen. No vertical pressure being applied so far. The Valkyrie still not being droned out. Poor drone work, I would say. You would definitely need to send at least one drone to make sure the kitchen is clear. The Maju being pushed down and downed by the
Valkyrie, but he will.
Valkyrie of JTF Ford, but immediate refrag coming out by Zofia, but it's down to a 4v4 now, as the Jackal has been brought back to life, but the IQ being lost, a lot of utility lost by the attackers. Jaeger on very low health inside VIP, as Zofia now free-firing into side, droning in, making sure the positions of the defenders are known. Pink's now going off. He will move up the cool vibe stairs. Jackhammer is still on very low health, but is still in a very prime position, and the attackers have to work to gain that position. But a quick flurry of kills by Shax. Zofia on very low health, but no, and another kill, so it's down to a 4v1 with only the smoke being left on the board of Batman. Batman getting one kill, that bring it down to a 1v3. Can he possibly bring it back? But no, the clutch being denied by the Jackal of Maju, who was brought back to life early on in the round. And this will be a cleanup for the first map. And map number 1, Coastline, going in favor of Team Titans. We will be going off, and quickly we will be back with you for map number 2.
Okay, Ahmed, we are back.
And we are back with the map number 2, which is Villa. The bands coming in. Valk, the Jackal and the Blitz being banned out. So from the first map, realizing the fact that both of these operators are very influential. So all four operators from the previous map that put a lot of influence on the rounds are being banned out. Movo definitely losing his comfort pick, which is the Mira. So let's see who he decides to play on defense this time around, as Team Titans will be going on the attack first. Trophy Statuary, the first defense by JTF. Interesting choice. And no, never mind. They will be switching to Aviator Games. The ACOG of Dog being brought on. JTF Boom on the Jaeger now. Jackhammer on the Vigil. Could possibly go for a double roam setup, as the Legion will be 6th pick onto the Echo, which was left out. So it'll be interesting to note that both the Echo and the Maestro are now left on the board. So if the defenders decide to bring both, that will be a lot of ACOGs and a lot of utility on the defender's side. And as we go into the first round of the map number 2, which is Villa. Said I am ringing you.
Yeah, I'm just.
It'll be interesting to see how they set up their defenses, or have they learned anything from the last time around.
10 seconds remaining.
Jackhammer on the Vigil though, all the way inside study room, but will be rotating back now. He's maybe looking to leave a lot of footsteps around, but there's no Jackal to actually track him, so he'll have a lot of free roam outside. No hard breacher bans. The first time you're actually seeing the fact that no hard breachers are being banned out by the defenders. The Vigil actually being spotted, not something you see every day. The Vigil being spotted inside Astronomy, his position given away. He'll activate his ERC and move down onto the stairs, but his position has definitely been given away, and Ghosty will also try to pinpoint his location using the aura underneath the screen. Vigil still not drilled out. Downstairs he is running around, making sure that attackers are wary of his position on their drones. And now actually the first kill going on to the Vigil, as he eclipsed the halfway point of the round. The roam of the Vigil being shut down successfully, but a lot of time being wasted by the attackers to hunt down that roamer, as now it's only a minute 20 left on the clock. Thermite now finally going for the gold wall to wall. Boom on the Jaeger sitting next to him.
Do you have me?
Yeah,
You have to mute your mic on the
Facebook and turn the video off. Astrop on that bandit, running around the board on the Echo. It'll be interesting to see where he's placed his Echo drones, as Movo on the Thermite moving in to get a kill on the Echo. His drones now forced to stay in position, as another kill by Movo, turning the Thermite into Fragmite, as it's all down to Elenium on the dog, and the bandit of Astro Illenium just peeking away into the door, but a lot of health being taken off of him as ping's going off. Astrov wary of the position of the attackers, but no, actually he will not be able to land the shots. He will be blinded by the flashes, and he will decide to push out of the site. Quickly shut down by the Ash. So first round goes in favor of the attackers on an AVG defense, which is considered to be the easiest site to defend out of all of them. So
Even yesterday, when we saw them attacking Team Titans, when they do a coordinated attack, it's always in their favor because they're just droning for their Ash and giving him info so that he can frag. And yesterday, Movo was doing the same thing like he did today.
yeah, but no, this time around Movo was on the Thermite, who is supposed to just open his walls, but he did way more than he was asked to do, getting the 2 kills on the Jaeger and the Echo, 2 very influential kills, but Shax on the Ash though was very influential as well, as Ghosty will now switch to the IQ and the Twitch, so a lot of adaptability coming out from the attackers. Meanwhile, the defenders keeping a lot of the same lineup, but not deciding to bring any information gathering operator apart from the Legion, who can use his mines. But that's about it. No Maestro or Echo being brought out. I really have to say the 2 ACOGs of Doc and Brook. I I think JTF are just tilted from the last map, not being able to bring that back. They were able to bring it back all the way to 6-5, but not being 6-5 not being enough as Team Titans closed it off in the last round.
That's a bad bulletproof camera, as you can see.
Yeah, that's a bad camera.
The reason for that is that you can see the glass on the window, so if the attackers just shoot it from the end of the hallway, so the point of the bulletproof camera is that you have to go physically to the camera, punch it in the face, or shoot it from its side.
Yeah.
Which can be done from which can be done from this hallway, but the attackers can also destroy it from this hallway since the glass on the window is breakable. So if the surface that the bulletproof camera is placed on, if the surface is destroyed, the camera will also be destroyed. So that's not.
I mean, that's basic knowledge, you know. He should have destroyed the glass before putting it there.
Yep.
And one of them has to hold 90 as long as possible, otherwise they'll just lose that side of the map, astronomy, and that would be bad for them.
Yep.
As now the attackers, 3 of them stationed right outside master bedroom, looking to see, drone out any defenders playing in and around that part. IQ though moving all the way into study and aviator room, very quickly taking into that area. Maverick just droning in for her, making sure the information is being relayed to the IQ. IQ pushing to the hallway into sight. She might be able to get that bulletproof camera as well. Just making sure the attackers are on, the defenders are on edge. She sees the barricade in front of her, decides to drone. The position of the defenders will be given away. Let's see how she decides to deal with this defender inside sight, as a lot of so jackhammer on that Rook has been brought down to about
he was down to 1 HP and the Twitch got a Twitch shot on him. He was down, but he was immediately revived by the dog. That's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, you definitely should be clipping that, as it was perfect timing by the Doc and the Twitch. The Twitch downing the Rook and the Doc reviving him instantly back to...
They have control of A, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, so Ghosty has moved all the way into A, and that's a lot of control given away to the attackers. JTF though on this very deep flank. Very deep flank from the stairs. Jaeger just holding on inside astronomy. JTF although unable to land his shots, as Ghosty on the IQ making good work of his gun. The commando Jaeger of JTF Boom, his position given away. Movo just holding on. 30 seconds left on the clock. They need to start going for that defuse plant. Ghosty down and Thatcher being killed as well. It's down to a 1v1 of Movo against the Jaeger and the Doc. he does bring it back to a 1v1. IQ downed on the other side of the room. So it is a 2v1.
15 seconds
The
left.
IQ on very low health. Only 10 seconds left, and no, IQ is actually down.
Down.
Um, will he go for the plant? He's trying to fake it, but no. Jackhammer from a beautiful play on that dog. JTF Elenium really proving to be a thorn on the attacker side. They
Yeah.
did lose a lot of map control early
Yeah,
on.
even half a round ago, the attackers had the clear advantage. They had control, almost full control of A, but they couldn't do an early plant.
Yeah, they had the master bedroom wall opened up. So unfortunately, we will be going for a rehost.
Rehost.
Quick rehost, and we'll be right back with you soon. And we are back with the after the rehos, certainly a very quick one again. As we are now going back. um,
I mean, Ryan has mastered the art of quick rehost by now. You know, it's like
it's like second nature to him now, just
yeah.
quickly putting down every details that needs to be done. As we now go on to the round number 3, JTF looking to not go to AVG, which Team Titans was able to take very swiftly, but instead going to living room library. Um,
Oh, Ghosty will be doing a sixth pick to Doka this time.
let's see how this works out for the attackers, as Kitchen is not a sight you see every day, not something that you see every day. As the sixth pick from the Alibi onto the Echo, so finally some utility, information gathering utility being brought on. JTF realizing that not a lot of information on the attackers is being gathered by the Legion Mines by JTF Boom. So the dog will possibly have the bulletproof camera as well, and
Here's hoping he doesn't make the same mistake again of placing it on the glass.
as was mentioned in the live chat, it's just JTF, you know, and.
And I don't think they have any deep roam operators as well. They're just gonna hold site or maybe do some close to the objective roaming with the Frost or with the Legion.
Yeah, that's
But Doc,
definitely. What?
but Doc might go for a flank or something, as it could be a thing, or if they have the confidence to do it.
5 seconds left.
Usually you would see a late flank coming on by the Legion, who has those impact grenades to make rotations for himself, or maybe the Frost, because he is the 2-speed operator who has a long-range gunfight capability. But this is if they don't have a defender upstairs in the master bedroom area, the attackers might be able to quickly take control of master bed, open up the floorboard because they have the Ash and the Zofia, and call the defenders on their phone late night when they need their love, and clear out any attackers who are in very hard to reach active spots. Definitely interesting to see how they decide to play this one out. Movo once again on that thermite, opening up this bathroom window, just pre-firing in, making sure the defenders are on edge. Not a lot of droning coming out on the side of Team Titans, not something you see every day. As I say that, Ghosty on his drone once again, making sure the other side of
I did tell you that Ghosty will drone for his Ash, so she can push with intel about any roamer and
yeah, a lot of
take care of it.
coordination coming out from the Team Titans, as Shax
Yes.
on that Ash is droning as well. Topo 2 on the Thatcher though has moved all the way onto the main stairs. JCF4 just holding an angle. Ghosty meanwhile brought down to half health, which could possibly be the frost trap he was down to, or no, just shots laid down by JT4, none dished back out. Calls now go out.
Okay.
An amazing shot by the Frost onto the Dakebi, but a quick refrag coming on by Movo on that fragmite roll. He did lose some HP, but he now moves all the way into the kitchen area.
He does get one of the Echo drones as well. That's a big one.
Yeah, the Echo losing his drones early on. Just wall banging through the table. As if he knows where the Zofia is, holding the very long angle through the table as the flashes now go on.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Holding a very tight isolated angle from that table, as Zofia will now get hit by the mine. Her position given away, missing very important shots there. The Echo, but his position will definitely not be given away because of the suppressor. Meanwhile,
Nice push
plant's
by
going down. It's down to a 4v1, and JTF4 has to pull his gun out. He will down Movo, but it's down to 3v1. The Echo definitely has the potential to pull this back, but will the attackers have the information on where the Echo is? They are in very good passive post-plant positions. Echo just moving around, making sure he's not being peeked, but the Zofia gets up and cleans up the Echo. And an amazing round by Team Titans, pushing in very aggressively, going for the plant, realizing that the library site was left barren. Library is considered to be one of the easiest sites to attack, so I'm gonna question the decision making on behalf of
Team
JTF.
JTF. Yeah, exactly. And they didn't even guard it properly. I mean, if there
Yeah,
were,
not a lot of utility going on that library. They possibly had a echo drone to see if the attackers were pushing into that site, but I think that echo drone was shot down early
by
on.
thermite, yeah.
But the
Yeah,
Zofia.
and by the Zofia, whoever. And now a ghosty flexing onto the IQ. So anti-utility operator is being played by Ghosty, uh, and a six pick of the from JTF forward onto the pulse on AVC. As Ryan just making sure that he keeps us
Defenders,
entertained while
protect your
we
bombs from being
cast.
defused by
Um,
attackers.
as we go back to another AVG defense, they did manage to lose that defense, so we'll see what they change up this time around as they are bringing the pulse. The pulse will possibly be playing from downstairs.
And just like I told you before, the 90 hold is important, and one guy has to hold 90. And
It is
the
very important.
Just,
Maybe the
just a
pulse
small
will play
thing to
downstairs.
want to point out a small thing to our viewers. The defenders have 4 impacts on their hand, or 3 maybe now, as the Legion uses as one of
5
the
seconds
impacts.
left
So,
before insertion.
one thing about Villa map is that each wall that can be reinforced between objectives have a small sliver of soft wall on top of it, which you can shoot out, and then you can impact trick, as it's called. Like if the thermite puts his thermite charge on the other side, you can throw a impact
Yeah.
from the top of the wall, and you can destroy the thermite charge as it's going off.
right, so reinforced walls don't go all the way up. So they
Yeah,
have
on
a
Villa
little
map,
soft-
none of the reinforced walls. As you see, the Legion did use one of his impacts on the top of the wall in Vault. So we might see the Rook actually try to impact trick that wall, as it was opened last time by the thermite. They do want to have control over Vault. This could be something that we might see in this round.
Maybe the defenders looking to deny any push into the site by the attackers and using that bandit as well as the impact grenades to deny any reinforced walls being brought down as the rook of the lineage
Just
inside,
wasted one of his
vault.
impacts.
Maybe he used it to open up a hatch or
No, he
a
just-
rotation.
He just threw it, he just wasted it.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. As you can see, Astrov on that deep roam downstairs in kitchen. Not a lot of droning coming out as well. He is being aided by the pulse. So once again, a very good roaming strategy coming out by JTF. The pulse and Jaeger in very good refrag positions will be able to support each other in case not a lot of drone work comes out by Team Titans.
And that usually is a very good roaming strategy, as we've seen in professional pro league matches as well. They always roam in sets of 2, so if one gets fragged, the other one can refrag
The
quickly.
bandit did get one of the thermite charges. He's trying his best and he will get one of the thermite charges. So the vault will not open for now. But meanwhile, the Pulse actually gets another C4 and a C4 kill.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
a
immediately refragged by the Ash actually. That's a 1-for-1 kill now.
Yeah, but losing the pulse, losing all that information from downstairs, not looking good for the attackers. And now the EMP grenades will go in, making sure.
Meanwhile,
to
the
clean out
Jaeger has been down by the Claymore, set for the flank, so he will not be revived by anyone as he's far from objective.
Boom playing on that Legion, making sure he can deny as much utility and as much he can waste as much time as possible. Meanwhile, Jaeger will just hang out on the other
15
side.
seconds remaining.
The Legion is being pushed from the door as the attackers are making their way into the site. The plant going down just next to that metal wall, and crossfire being established by the attackers, and the plant successfully going down, and a quick kill onto the Legion. So it's all down to the Rook of Elenium. Definitely not something you want, as the Rook is a 3-speed beefy boy. He does have that ACOG in his hands, which he can use to counter the long angles the attackers will look to hold. One inside study, so good. Post-plant crossfires being held. Movo on that thermite once again, looking to see if he will be pushed by the Rook, who just gets stuck on the heel. He managed to land one shot, but a quick refrag by the thermite of Movo, who was holding a very passive angle on the vault door. The Jaeger, who was down all the way on the other side of the map, was unable to influence that round, and so we will go
One
on
thing,
to...
one thing we see with Teen Titans is that whenever they push for a plant or a general objective push, it's always coordinated, and they always try to come from all sides, so they get the defenders in a pinched position, and that's always working out for them
Yeah,
in a good way.
it just showcases the level of communication, a level of intensity that Teen Titans are putting into this map, in this match, as they are communicating so well, relaying all that information that is being gathered from all the drone work they can do and all the sounds as well. Legion's position, despite the fact that the Legion's position was not given away, a beautiful crossfire was set, and once again the 6th pick onto the pulse. What do you think?
I mean, if he can manage to get another C4 kill early on, that would be great, and if he gets thermite, that would be even better for the defending team.
Attackers need to
Yeah,
locate
the
and
defenders
defuse the bomb.
not looking to reveal their pulse pick once again, as they will go down to trophy for the 5th round of this map.
They will hunt him down though. This time they will hunt him down though, because last time he was able to get
Attackers
his
have
kill
discovered the location of the
playing
bomb.
below.
Yeah, his position was not given away. He was playing this perfectly, managing to avoid any and all drone work coming in from Team Titans, and so a lot of good, very good drone work generally by Team Titans, but just missing out on that pulse
5 seconds left.
before he got that kill. Did damage them to some extent, but they were able to quickly refrag onto him and actually down the flanking Jaeger with that Claymore. So
They did bring out Maverick this time, so if they get control of bedroom, they can make holes and establish a line of sight towards both the bomb sites from even outside the bedroom from the windows from a very long angle.
So once again, we see 4 attackers this spawning next to 3 attackers spawning in the fountain area, and 2 on the ruin side, just looking to push directly into
They will
the
try to
study.
get a hold of bedroom this time, like I said. That is their strat, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the bedroom control definitely very important for the attackers, as the Maverick will now just move inside onto the red stairs. Um, Not sure where the defenders are. The position of the bandit is given away. He's down to half health. Possibly from an impact grenade, or the attackers lighting him up, but no, he was actually in battle with the Maverick, who he did land some shots on. IQ just relocating her claymores, maybe seeing that it'll be better useful somewhere else, but no, the first kill by Movo on that thermite, as he manages to get the master bedroom wall open up so quickly. I don't know what the bandit was doing or where the bandit was, as
Look, I told you.
C4 kill coming from downstairs once again. JTF forward on that pulse, being very influential as another C4 going up and it connects. Jackhammer on that
That's
C4 kill.
that,
That vertical pressure by the attack, the defenders being so very useful, but it's down to a 2v2 with the Buck and the IQ left on the board against only the pulse now, as down to a 1v2. The diffuser is still not going down. Yeah, so finally, Buck of Shax going for the defuse plant. The collision of the pulse has been given away. He will decide to push. Very unfortunate timing as he is refragged by the IQ of Ghosty. Once again, the attackers managing to salvage the round despite 2 C4 kills from downstairs.
the roamers are doing their job, but the site holders, they just collapse, and that's why they get a hold of the site, and then the roamers have to close in, and it's a pretty bad scene from that point on forward.
Yeah. This just shows the composure of Team Titans, despite the fact that the C4 kills. If you're killed by a C4 from underneath you, it's so tilting. It's so
Yeah,
annoying. But
and I think this time they should go for the roamers because they are bringing a pulse again, and they should hunt for him this time because it's happened a second time now.
yeah, the Vigil being brought down as well, who will possibly be aiding the Pulse on his roam. The IQ being brought though, the IQ will be
Yeah,
able to
this time, I
spot
told
both
you.
of them. Both of them, they will be able to catch the Vigil and the Pulse, who might be on their abilities. If they have their abilities activated, they will be caught by the IQ. So interesting to see how they decide to play this one out.
Again, going trophy.
I would say that last round, it all came down to the attackers holding their tanks and not losing their composure and going for that plant as well. Just holding the angles perfectly on top of their gunfights, making sure that they're refragging quickly, splitting out the site, and on top of their aim. It wasn't really the fault of the defenders where they lost. JTF Boom actually bringing the revolver, the Magnum on the Rook. Not a very potent gun for gunfights, but if you're able to land your shots, it is very damaging. As some spawn peaks coming out from both the Vigil and the Pulse.
Yeah, I would say this is good enough because if they can do some spawn peeking, they will land some pressure on the attackers because right now the attackers are pretty confident that they're gonna win, so they're just in a good mental state, better than the defenders.
Yeah, the defenders definitely looking to tilt the scales in their favor as none of the attackers have actually moved into the line of fire of the defenders. Movo now finally rappelling up onto the balcony. The run out coming out from Millennium, unable to land any shots on the Thermite, who managed to get away. He will come down and look for the Vigil, who's now long gone and is now all the way into Archive's room. Meanwhile, Pulse gathering all this information. He's just missing out on that Pulse, but no, the position of the Kebi though will be given away. He will know that there is someone playing just above him, and he finally catches the Thermite, who's so far away, out of reach for the Pulse.
I mean, does Pulse know that IQ might try to ping him this time? Because
yeah, but where he's actually playing is actually not possible for him to be wallbanged. But no, he will actually decide to run now onto the Thermite. He was pulsing for so long, but that's the hard breacher being lost, and another kill coming up by.
Gone.
So a trade actually coming out by Astrov, who was downed by Maju on that Maverick, but no, and another kill by JTF Millennium. The Vigil roam definitely working out for the attackers, as it's all down to Shax and Topakchu on the Ash of Shax and Topakchu on that Thatcher to clear.
He does know that there's one guy here.
Yeah,
oh, he does manage to get a kill.
So, yeah, he brings it down to a 2v3, the Dark Rook and the Pulse. The Pulse will be able to gather so much information on these defenders who is still playing downstairs, just hiding out by the kitchen, position still not given away. I don't know what the attackers are doing. They do know that his position, and the Ash just pushes in and cleans up the kill. Shax pulling it back to a 2v2. The Dark Rook, the French thick boy combo left last as Top. It was only
It's
30 seconds
last 30
left.
seconds.
The time being in favor of the defenders as they have to just hold on for 25 more seconds. The positions of the defenders still not given away. They will now drone and push into the side, just opening up these barricades. They have to go for a full-on rush. They have to rush into the side
they
and
have
go
to
for the
frag.
plant. They have to go for the frag. Not a lot of time left. JTF Boom will land a beautiful shot on the Ash. It's all down to Tupakju on the Thatcher. He will push it to side, but he will not be able to land any shots on the Thatcher, on the Rook, and the dog of Jackhammer is able to clean up the kills, clean up the round, and an amazing recovery by the attackers, just barely managing
the defenders.
to clutch it as well. Actually, no, the attackers managing to bring it back from a 2v4, but it's not successful enough. The roam just too much for them.
And that was smart roaming. They were like pinching them from different
Oh.
locations, and
Yeah, just
I would
run
say
out, and I would say the unbridled aggression by the defenders definitely worked out for them.
yes.
Tachanka being brought out by Sharks. Surely that will be a 6 pick. We can't have it, Tachanka.
I mean,
But-
if they want to get blessed by the Lord, then they shall be. It's up to them.
Yeah, there we go. A 6 pick off to
Nice. This reminds me of the roam Shazil did yesterday on Villa.
yeah,
I think they're gonna leave the roam duty on him.
definitely. Now 6 picking onto the Jaeger though.
Jaeger this time.
A very good flank roaming operator. He has that very powerful 416 carbine. He might be accompanied by the mute jammers from Topakju. It'll be interesting to see where he decides to use them. He is putting one down on this drone hole into gun wall. So that's a lot of information being taken away from the attackers. He will put one down next to possibly both of these two walls leading onto the 90 hallway. Two of the ADS are being already put down by the Jaeger, and the third one goes on down here. And now he will be running away as far away as possible. He might be accompanied by the just making sure the
Making sure the
as
drone is
possible.
destroyed as much as possible. Exactly.
And now he will just chill in the bathtub, making sure he has his shower. He's all cleaned up. He's just gonna go prone inside, making as much noise as possible so the attackers are wary of his position but are unable to pinpoint him. As Astrov is on the and a team
Oh, a
kill
team kill.
onto Jackhammer. No, truly unfortunate as the Ash now lost the spearhead for the attackers being lost. Truly
I think they were
unfortunate.
trying to get the camera, right? If I'm not wrong. That's where.
Yeah, that really has to set into the mind of the attackers as yeah, none of them no pressure actually being put out. So on
From the ruin side.
a lot of pressure from the ruin side as the attackers are just standing there, and if there are any runouts from downstairs as the Jaeger is hanging out downstairs, Astrov actually moving towards the astronomy stairs, just crouch walking up, making sure that he is not hurt for as long as possible. The Ying actually just moving all the way in. Her Candelas will not get caught. She's gonna Ying the blind the entire site, and she might actually push in for the kill.
That's
She will
it.
knife one, and get the
Great
other one
push
as
by Ying.
well. But is immediately refragged by Ghosty on that dock, who had overhealed himself and saved himself from the Ying Candelas, but no, immediate refrag from Shax as well, and he brings it down to a 2v3, not looking good, and an amazing shot by Ghosty onto the Thermite, as all down to Boom on the Thatcher. Definitely has the fragging capability, but does he know where the defenders are? Does he know where everyone is? There is the Jaeger on the stairs. His position not given away. He's managed to evade so many shots.
Come on.
So many shots
Thatcher
being missed.
missing so many shots.
Both of them missing so many shots, and so uncharacteristic of both of them, as they have been hitting their shots very reliably throughout both of the maps. But no, Shaxx definitely coming on top with that Jaeger German, the GSC-9 pistol, definitely proving its worth as
I think that Ying push was really good. That did build up a lot of pressure, but the rest of the attacking team couldn't follow up to it, and they had a team kill early on, so it was already in their disadvantage.
Yeah, I think if they had the Ash push off from the 90 stairs, 90 hallway stairs, she would have been able to put a lot of pressure, and they would have been able to pinch all of the attackers. But now the defenders, Shaxx going for that Caveira, looking to scare the attackers as much as possible, as they are bringing the Ying and the Blackbeard and the Kevi Astrov on that. The Kevi, definitely owing to the fact that he has very exceptional aim, going for those for those operators.
So we see that defenders are switching roles, and Chazil is going to hold side this time or do a close by roam, and Ghosty is going to go for the deep roam this time.
Yeah, let's see how they decide to shake this up, as the Caveira was unfortunately sick to take off. But the Maestro being brought on, very influential, especially on this side, because Trophy is somewhere the Maestro camps can be very difficult for the attackers to actually take out, and if they go for a late round push, their positions will be given away to the defenders. The Jam is just coming off, showing off the elite skin that he spent so much money on for Mute.
5 seconds left.
Ran, if you could just get rid of the cycle AR.
Some people do believe, Ahmed, that elite skins actually improve your skills and make you a god at the game, but it is a subjective matter. It is.
I mean, it is very, very subjective, and it really depends on the player. But a lot of people who were playing before Operation Chimera were able to get the Ash Elite skin for free. So I'm not sure where if your theory actually concurs with those people as well. As all 5 attackers though on this master bedroom balcony, a very straightforward push coming out. JTF, they're not looking to clear out at all. Possibly reading into the fact that not a lot of roaming coming out from Team Titan as well.
If they manage to open the wall on bedroom, then the whole defense would be pushed down to the other side and astronomy, and then they can easily plant an A if they have the proper cover and smokes. And they have Doka, and I think she brought some smokes.
Yeah, this Maestro cam though, looking all the way into the master bedroom, will be able to deny any smoke plant being taken all the way from the master bedroom door leading to the site.
Yeah, that is Movo playing Maestro, and he did the same strat yesterday, and it did prove very fruitful for him.
Definitely a position to look out for if you're an Ash or a Zofia and you want to push into site, you want to get that Maestro Cam as soon as possible. Linium being brought down to almost half health. The
Look, they're tanking the Maestro cannon. Like they just
lost
like,
one of the thermite charges to the Maestro cam.
That's what I was gonna say. If they have the information that there is a Maestro camp, then they can do it. I don't think they droned that properly.
Yeah, but no, they were actually looking directly into that Maestro cam and waiting for it to open up before they went for that thermite charge. Thermite just realized that a mute charge is behind there, but a quick flurry of kills by both sides as a trade comes out by the LMG of Movo, as Jackhammer has made his way into master bedroom as well. He's now peeking all the way into his sight. He will be peeked by the mute. Meanwhile, a quick flurry of kills coming out once again. The mute getting the kill onto Boom going down as well. So quick flurry of kills. The SMG-11 proving its worth as well. But Jackhammer.
It's a 1v2 now.
15 seconds
on that Blackbeard, half health, one of his shields still with him. This is not looking good for Jackhammer as the Maestro and the
Oh, he
Mute.
doesn't even
Very
spot the
powerful.
Maestro. Nice play. Nice play by the Maestro. Overall defend was really intact.
I have to say, poor drone work coming out by JTF, not relying on a lot of information, going for those frags early round as well as late round, as they did not know where the defenders were playing at all. Um, as we go on to match point now, 6-2. This looks to be a very quick cleanup by Team Titans, not looking to care at all.
I mean, we have seen JDF bring it to a close competition previous map as well. They were 2 and they brought it to a 5-6 last time. Let's see if they can do it again.
Yeah,
But the thing is, Titans has this mindset set now that they have one victory, and even if things go south, they have the last map to recover. So they'll be playing pretty aggressively.
Yeah, they can possibly now go for all out on those frags as well. Make sure they really bunker down this time, or possibly go for that rope as they are only bringing the Jaeger. Ghosty opting to not bring the Maestro and instead going for the Dock, as they will be now forced to go down to Kitchen, as both ABG and Trophy have been defended perfectly. So perfect defense half so far by Team Titans. Margie just running around, making sure covers. He runs all the way to side, makes sure he gets the cardio done on the 3-speed bandit. This could possibly be the last round in Villa, last round of this map as well. A very
Of this match, in fact.
yeah, the entire matchup. I don't understand what he's trying to do over here. Just possibly getting rid of any debris or drones that might be hiding down here.
He's making sure he's at home, man. That's all I can say.
As once again, all 5 attackers spawning in Fountain. This could be a very fast push onto Master Bedroom, or
They
even
know they have
into
to go all
Library.
in on this one because
There is no way the Team Titans will allow them to get that comeback the same way they got it last time, as they now look to push into side. Only one drone actually on the floor, as meanwhile all the attackers are now on their guns. Astro will actually pull out his drone as well. So finally some drone work coming in, as the attackers have now established their beachhead on the bicycle storage room. They can easily push into Kitchen with only the Mute and the Bandit hanging around close by. See how they decide to do this. Astro will just rush into Laundry. This is not looking good for the defenders, as if he's allowed to smoke up the entire side, there's not a lot of bulletproof cameras or Maestro cams being brought out. Alinea will be able to open the ball into side. Astro will pull the call
one
out.
thing to keep in mind that pushing inside with the Dokebi call and might lead to some misleading, positions because they have mute and some of the defenders might not even get called.
Yeah, as we say that, a double kill coming out by the Yang, who is quickly refragged. One refrag coming out by the Legion from upstairs. So that upstairs roam finally bearing through for the defenders, as a quick flurry of kills once again by Astrov. It's down to a 3v2 with only the Mute and the Legion on board. The Legion last defender on site. Topachu, can he hold down the plant going down? JTF boom. This could possibly be the round, as the C4 missing. Unfortunately, the information not being given away. Legion on this deep flank not being very successful, as the Mute is refragged and the Legion cleaned up. What do you think?
I would say this is a far better attack than their previous ones, and they did commit to their plant.
Yeah, I would say that Kitchen is one of the hardest sites to actually defend. You have to really have a lot of information around the site, which they
And
did not have.
from the defender's perspective, there has to be a lot of vertical play from different openings, and they need to control the upper floor, and they can use impact to make lines of sights to deny any entry.
Yeah, despite the fact that the attackers actually did not go for that upstairs cleaner, the defenders were unable to utilize the positions they had upstairs if for their advantage, and the attackers were able to quickly push it aside, go for that smoke plant behind the couch next to laundry, and salvage the round.
That is a
Could
sixth pick from Zofia to Ying from Ford, and he is playing a very effective Ying. I have to say, every round manages to get a kill or two.
Yeah, I mean, in the last two rounds, I think, in the first round as well, he got the 2 kills when he Ying rushed into the site. He just ran
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
and in the last round, we saw him.
Only if he had an Ash support in that round, which they did team kill, they would have won that round. I'm pretty sure, because
Yeah.
that was a good push.
Ash now hopefully will not get team killed as we go back to an AVG defense, which could possibly be the last one again. Maju on that Legion, possibly playing inside that gun vault, looking to hold any rushes in by the Ying from the main door. And the mute jammers by Topak Juno will be very influential in denying any information inside the site and possibly holding out the Ying from pushing in too aggressively and too quickly.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
As once again, all 5 attackers spawning in
Have spawned on
their
Fountain.
It did work out for them last time, but that was a kitchen defense. This is a AVG defense, so master bedroom.
There
Despite
is
the
no
fact,
one roaming around this area. There is no roam here, so they should be able to get a clean entry from this side, and they should put claymores for late flanks.
they should, but I think this will going to hurt the attackers more than the defenders because they will have a clear soft wall to play against when they are defending against that final push in from the trophy side, as there are no attackers actually pushing in from the study side, and if the defenders are able to read into that, now that's a very interesting claymore because that wouldn't have been very successful. This claymore as well, you can't really. That claymore is actually very easy for the defenders to avoid because if they just run from the other side from the other end of the claymore, they will be able to evade it. And as I say that, the first kill goes to the Ash onto the Legion, a very important operator for the late round rush, being lost on the 90 hallway. Meanwhile, Ghosty trying his best to make sure he can hold on to this hallway for as long as possible.
They still have the 90 cam, if I'm not wrong, right? The defenders, they have the 90 cam, and I believe he's getting supported from the cam by someone
Yeah,
from
he
inside
does.
side.
He is, and meanwhile Shax on that deep flank gets a beautiful 3k. He is down to 3 health, he has the diffuser, but the damage has been done. It's all down to the Ash and Ying. They will get 2 quick refrags. They have the diffuser now, Jackhammer on that Ash, and the Ying of JTF boom. Only a minute left. They have all the time in the world to make this attack work. The Mute and Maestro, the LMG, and possibly 1 C4 still on the board. With only 44 seconds left, the attackers will now look to drone in, make sure they know where the attackers are playing from and where the defenders are stationed for attack. 30 seconds left. They have to push it.
Half HP, so
yeah, and the Ash just mowed down from this long angle being held by the Mute with that reflex side. He will just pre-fire onto the Ying. No damage is actually done, but a beautiful shot onto the Ying, who will now Ying the entire side. She might go for a plant as only 12 seconds left on the clock. She will go for the plant. The Maestro actually can just push in. Can he deny the plant? He can deny the plant, and he will
that's
get.
an Team
And
Titans.
that is match point. He will have all the time in the world to defuse. GG's in the chat. Movo clutching it out in the end against the Ying, and this is match and map point for Team Titans, who will be our first finalists for the Rainbow Six Pro League, and we will.
I would say that throughout this whole match, they didn't, give too many chances to the other team. Like we did see a few round slips from them, but overall it was very tight and compact play from them, and all very coordinated.
Yeah,
And
very coordinated play coming out, and Team Titan really showing up today on top of their gunfights, and really having the exceptional aim that they have, and the strategy, the crossfire, the communication, all helping them net the
smart
win.
aggression is good aggression, and you just
Exactly.
you just need to manage your roles.
You have to, yes, indeed. As now we will be back at 9 p.m. for the second semi-final of the Rainbow Six Pro League, and
Between Team Punk and Team Jahal.
Team Punk and Team Jahal. Yes, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you then.